So this is now completely dried. So I'm going to start working on the roses, on the centres. So into my wild rose, a little bit of the cadmium red hue, I think, as well. And I'm just going to start just creating this almost like a spiral in the centre of these roses. I don't want to lose this light. I think it's really important we keep this light. I have a larger petal here. That's lovely. Just bring that round here, keeping that little bit of light. It's nice. And a softer petal here. So I'll just tuck that in there and just bring it around. Maybe I'll create it from the edge of that leaf there. Yes, that looks like it's underneath, which I rather like. Then we're going to add a bud. So I want some really strong, powerful colour here. Nice little bud here. And then immediately we want our green. So a little bit of the country olive, a little bit of the midnight green. Nice dark green just to catch this ever so gently. Just going to catch that. Bit of a wider stroke here. That's lovely, I like that. And I think I'm going to tuck another little one just here, as if it's just underneath. So we'll have a little section here, and maybe something just catching that and taking it down into that section. Okay, happy with this. Just adding a little bit of, let's just tap in a little bit of dark. Let's make that centre really dark, like this. A bit of depth to that. So tap a little bit of dark so the eye leads into there. I might put a little bit of dark here as well. So just, again, just a little bit while it's still damp, because this will just create that lovely dark section here. Okay, so we can start to see that rose emerge. And we'll start to do the same here. We'll just have a little spiral here. I want to keep that nice edge. And then we want a softer feel. A little bit of water now. Keep that light there. Yeah, we'll tuck that leaf kind of underneath there. I like this. Just clean the brush out so there's not so much paint on it. Just get my tissue. So I've got a little bit of a thirsty brush here. And I'll just soften that. Okay, like that. At the same time, I'm just going to soften that little edge there. Then I think, no, I'm going to wait for this one. I'm going to start working on these leaves. So these ones are very much in focus. So these ones I'm going to have a little out of focus. So into the colour. It's quite strong paint. Put a couple of leaves here. Just tuck that, just catch it and bring it this way. And yeah, I want another leaf here. Just bring that round as if it's tucked underneath. I don't stick too rigidly to my pencil lines. If they're there, they're really just a guide. There we go, we'll get some veins in this. And then, this is so important here. I really want this to be a soft focus. I don't want this to look too solid. Okay, that's going to be all lovely and soft. These are going to be very much in focus. So now I'm going to suggest something here, and I'm going to make it very soft focus. So I'm thinking I'm going to add maybe a leaf here. So tuck the brush down here. Just catch that ever so gently. And then, so we'll just put those veins in. They'll be very diffused by the time I've tapped this. A little bit of a tap there and there. Just let it catch that bud. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of drop in a little bit of pink here, because I want to imply that behind here there's another bud. So I just want to do that. Okay, so I like this one tucked in. I like this one just opening. We've got another kind of half open rose here, so into the pink, letting that rest, and we'll just define this a little bit more. Not too much. I really don't want to define it too much. That will be enough. Okay, push that back and then we'll start to work on this one. This one I want a little bit paler. So into our paint. I'm just going to take some of this, and I want this to be a little bit more open. So a little bit of light will just catch that. And then just an edge here perhaps. We'll create this edge with the background. I don't want too much. I want a nice center here. Nice little bit that we're going to stipple in the center. So I'm looking at that thinking that's fine, that's fine. Oh, I feel like I want to put a little bit of dark there. Just a little, just to take that round. Yeah, that's better. So I work on it, the whole thing. Then I'm looking at this bit here and thinking, I really like that. I like the soft focus. We can get these leaves in place now. So let's do that while this is a little bit damp. So we do a leaf here, press the brush and lift. I just want some dark now. Midnight green. Love this midnight green. That's lovely and dark. Another one here. Really press. And what I'm hoping for is that because I've not waited for this to dry, that we'll get a little bit of soft, diffused, a bit of nice catching of the colour here. Okay, I like that. That's nice and soft. I don't worry too much if you've got a little bit like this. This will just look like foliage in the background. It's very warm in my studio today, so it's drying quite quickly, so that's quite good. Open the brush out. Golden leaf brush, would not be without one of these. They're so useful. They're such a soft brush. Oh, this is going to look lovely, really lovely. Now I'm going to tuck in a leaf here, and again, this one I'm going to put a little bit more of the midnight green, and yeah, I'm going to just tuck this in here. So really just press it into there, and then lift. Maybe just a little bit there, a little bit there. So it's something and nothing. It's just, you're just implying. So, oh no, that will give me a dark line. I'm just going to move it, give me a light line. Okay, happy with that. So this I need, this was my small stippling brush. I just want to soften this. I don't want that to look too harsh. And I don't want to come in here with my golden leaf brush because it will diffuse onto the flowers. Okay, I like that. This is looking nice. You can put some more leaves in here. I kind of want to, I'm going to be doing some filling in here with little sections. Now I can start to stipple with my brush. So I want this petal here, and then just want a little bit of stippling. And I'm going to just introduce some bright yellow gold to this, because what I want is a little bit of brightness. Now I quite like that edge. I'm quite happy to leave that there. I'm just going to put a little bit there, bright green there. This will be quite dark. Add a little bit of this bright here, and I might even take it here just to diffuse this bit here. And I'll come back and push that into the background a little bit in a minute. I want that lovely bright to come here and here. So this is just going to brighten the background. Squeeze the brush out, and then I'm just going to diffuse this. So I want some texture, but I want it to be diffused in the background. So these brushes are so lovely and soft that you can do that. So we get a little bit of texture. The texture still remains, but it also becomes diffused, which I quite like. Okay, so at this stage, I need to just put these leaves in, and this is quite dry, so I think I can put a nice dark section here. So I'm just going to protect my petals here and here. There's a nice little angle there, and then I'm going to stipple just in that little section, and it needs to be kind of fairly dark in there. Okay, left it. And I'm going to do the same. Let's make sure there's no paint on the underside of that. Here. A little bit there. Okay. And then I'll put some pink here. So squeeze the brush out. Back into my pink. Just in here. So I'm going to bring my brush just to push its way in there and just to link up with this here. Okay, then I'm going to diffuse that a little bit. So with my clean brush, I'm just going to do that. And that will be sufficient just to diffuse that. So that looks like it's going down there. Right, squeeze the brush out. A little bit of this bright, gorgeous yellow gold. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of warmth in the centre of that. A little bit more of this nice yellow gold here. And then we're going to do some stippling on this for our centre. But while that's just drying off a little, I'm going to put these leaves in here. So, country olive, midnight green. Let's have a leaf here. Press the brush and lift. Really press it. So the shape of the brush is giving me my leaf. A little bit of water. Let's put that bright colour. Let's make this a little bit brighter here. Press the brush and lift. Press the brush and lift. And it's going to kind of tuck its way between there. Back to using my palette knife just to get this nice light veins. And then back to my golden leaf brush, squeeze the water out, tap it onto my hand, so I just diffuse that a little bit. Don't want to diffuse it here. I want to keep that fairly a nice crisp clean edge. Okay, and now I think I'm going to put maybe a little bit here, just a little bit of stippling. So I want my stippling brush, Deerfoot Stippler, into my autumn gold. Love this colour. This colour is going to give us, mixed with the green, is going to give us a really lovely dark, these lovely dark centres. And I quite like that. So I need to protect the flower. I'm going to do this one first. So I've just got a little bit of paper that I've torn. And I'm just going to protect this flower while I just stipple a tiny bit, just a tiny bit there. That's all we need. And this one, it's a little bit damp. But you know, I think that could be quite a nice effect. I'm just going to push that, need it a bit smoother, more like that. And then I'm just going to stipple. So because it might be a little bit damp, we'll get some diffused sections. Okay, like that. And then because we've done some stippling in this colour, I might just put a little bit here. And I might just put a little bit here. Down here perhaps. So again, just protect the flower. Put a little bit of that there. A bit there. Okay. We're almost finished really. Don't want to put in too much more now. I would like to put a little bit of pink in here. Just need to define a little bit of this, but I don't want to lose the light. So not too much required here, so maybe just a little bit here, I'll just do this, and a little bit just touching this green, like that. And then once I've done that, clean the brush out, make it a thirsty brush, just diffuse this a little. We've still got that little bit of light here, but this petal now is pushed under. And then at the same time, once we've done that, we can start to just drop in little bits of dark. So where we want it to hide underneath a little bit, we're just going to use the point of the brush and just drop in a little bit so it pushes down. A bit of dark on there, a bit of dark on here. Nice bit of light on here, but I think we need some dark down here. So just push the brush here there's just water in the brush, just diffuse that. Okay, almost there really. Okay, I'm kind of happy with that. Okay, so that's just 2 stages. Very, very simple roses. You can embellish little bits on the top if you wish, change a little bit, stipple on there. There's a lot more we could still do, but I'm going to leave it at there, take another look at it and decide if we need to do anything more to it.